Hello, welcome to Lyra. And this is really an appeal to all the like-minded individuals and a little bit of a rant from me. If you will listen to the end, I would much appreciate it, in love and light. I tend to want to hide away from the rest of the world because I go out and I'm an active litter picker. And it seems to me that I'm battling with the litter problem in the UK especially, and I'm sure in many other countries around the world, depending where you are and where you're listening. And what frustrates me more than anything is that the media, as we've seen over the last 2 years, have got such immense power of persuasion and immense power to do good on this planet and in the world, and they seem to focus on the negative aspects of life. I'm appealing really to anybody in a position of power, in a position to help, in a position to spread the word in a way of we are ruining our environment, and every time I walk out my door there's bottles of plastic, there's cans of beer, there's a lot of packaging from major chains such as McDonald's, Costa Coffee. They seem to be Starbucks, and they seem to be the main sort of culprits of litter, because I pick up a lot and you start to see the amount of litter that are coming from Coca-Cola and these big manufacturers. And I'm not saying it's their fault. Of course it's not their fault, because they're just selling a product, and the people that are having the product are choosing to throw the product out the car window or along the pavement where they walk. I live right near the beautiful city, well, I'm in the beautiful city of Norwich, and my apartment is really close to the river. There's beautiful swans and geese, and then I'll look down and there'll be litter floating past in the river. And it makes me wonder why the media, considering they haven't really had the police to enforce the masks and the various things that they've put in place these last couple of years, but people have been doing it. Even the people that would normally throw litter or normally break the law have been wearing a mask in supermarkets. And this makes me realise that the power that they've got, they could potentially say that, right, okay, we're going to put signs up that everybody must put their litter in the bin, because I think the council do a marvellous job. The council in this country is, if you're watching from somewhere else, is just they come and collect our bins and they litter pick on a regular basis. But it's not just they shouldn't have to go out. It should be that they could be concentrating on putting the money towards schools and other resources. Now, I'm not a politician, which is why I'm appealing to anybody that maybe is a politician, because I have written to my local governments, my local MPs about this litter problem. I have written to the Water Authority about the Broads, and everyone seems to be taking no responsibility whatsoever. And I'm thinking, well, they issue fines for parking, they issue fines for speeding, which, yes, is a problem, but it's not as big a problem as people throwing litter. And it's so frustrating to see that I will walk 500 yards out of my front door, and I feel like I want to go back home again because I'm picking up other people's trash. And I'm thinking to myself, everybody's worried about a virus and a disease, but nobody's looking at the fact that somebody's drinks bottle is down there and I'm having to pick it up, put it in the bin, touch it, and that's not an issue. But putting a mask on and going into a supermarket is, but they'll allow people to just chuck litter and someone else have to pick up for them. And yes, it might be a few individuals, but the people that can make a difference, such as the government, the council, they could send out, instead of a COVID officer walking around the street, and by the way, I've seen loads of them and they don't talk to anyone, they just walk around and do absolutely nothing. They could be litter patrol officers, and they could issue a £200 fine on the spot if they see anyone chucking litter. They could be collecting litter on their patrol because all they do is walk around the streets and do absolutely nothing. I'm not saying that that is the police's responsibility, but they have private companies that go out and issue fines for parking. So why can't they go and have a private company and issue fines for littering, which would improve our environment, would improve our mental health because we can walk out the door. And I know I'm not the only one that gets frustrated by this, because on Facebook now, I'm a member of a lot of pages like Litter Picking UK, and all of the people on these sites have the same problem. They have the same frustrations. They go out with their children and they litter pick, and then the following week they go down the same alleyway and it's full of the same garbage that was there the week before. And it's so disheartening that something needs to be done. And like I say, I'm not a politician. I am not anyone that works for the council or anyone in a position of power, but I have had enough of this, and I want someone to join me in my quest of eradicating litter worldwide if possible, but I will start in my home city of Norwich. And once we spread the word, we need the manufacturers, the people that I can list, the 8%, 9% cider that I see on the floor. I can list a group of individual mass, McDonald's, Costa, Starbucks. I see their packaging, and they have such power with their marketing campaign that even they could help me. Even they could advertise that, you bring your own box to get your McDonald's. You don't need to have... We're always talking about recycling, but what about bringing our own... We've all got Tupperware tubs in our cupboards, so why not bring those along with us? A packed lunchbox for them to fill up with a burger and the chips. And why not, we've all got... Well, we haven't all. I've got a sort of cup, which is like a coffee cup with a rubber lid. They need to offer, Costa do offer extra points for you to bring in your own cup and get a coffee. And but they're not advertising it. They're not putting it on, everybody at the moment is wanting to eat healthily, help the environment. But the one thing that's the massive problem, nobody is addressing. And I would like you to listen to me and also like, subscribe and share this video, because I'm sure that there will be one person on here that might be head of marketing for McDonald's, or omega-3 cider, K cider, I feel should be banned. People have an alcohol problem, and I do feel sorry for them, because it's not, it's a condition, it's a disease to have an alcohol problem. But the shops are selling for a cheap amount of money K cider, which is 9%, and omega-3 cider, and they're the ones that you always find on a walk. If you're doing litter picking, you'll find loads of those, because the people drinking them will have no capability by the time they finish drinking them, because of the massive amounts of alcohol in levels in those cans for a very cheap price. So that's another problem. I'll tell you, rather than discussing the problem, I will tell you some of the solutions that we've got. We've got marketing by big companies to promote reuse of your own bottles and your own drinks cartons. We all have them, and why not give you a little bit of a reduction if you took your own bottle to, like they are in Costa, but they're not advertising it. If you took your own mug, you get a cheaper price for the coffee. Everyone would be interested in that. Or if a lot of these companies have got point systems, like Tesco's have got a point system. Why not give you a point system if you bring back your empty bottles? They used to do this years ago, and we need to bring back some of the old-fashioned things that they used to do, such as, it used to be... I remember working in a bar when I was 18, I'm now 38, and there were certain bottles such as Schweppes and Coca-Cola that after they were glass bottles, and we used to put them in the crates and send them back to the manufacturers that could refill them and wash them. These sort of things are recycling, but not causing the planet any more harm, because we say recycling, but they've still got to melt down the old glass bottles and remake the new bottles. Why not just keep the existing bottles and resend them back? And in Sweden, and in I dare say in a few other countries, in the convenience stores, they have machines where you can collect cans, put them into the machine, and it gives you money. Not a lot of money, but you'll see the odd homeless man going through the bin and you'll be thinking, what are they doing? And they're collecting the cans. So the people that would be throwing the litter are actually picking up the litter. I'm not saying that homeless people throw the litter, because that's a really bad generalisation. I'm saying that people would be given the opportunity to collect other people's litter, take it to a machine and be given money. Another country that are doing the litter thing really well was when I went to the Algarve in Portugal. They've got signs everywhere. I couldn't believe the lack of litter that I saw, because it really, really affects me deeply that I see litter when I'm walking the streets, and it can really ruin my holiday. And I asked a local, I said, how come there is just no litter here whatsoever? And he said there's a €200 on the spot fine for littering, and it has cleared up their country to the point where they've got the best green flag beaches. They're one of the lowest coronavirus rates in the world because they're on the green list, or they were on the green list. But I just thought to myself, well, that's easy, that's simple. There's people that have got a job that go around doing the coronavirus support officers, which we've got in this country. I don't know what you've got where you live. And they just seem to walk the streets and look around aimlessly. Give them a job. I wrote to the water, not the water board, the Broads Authority. Around in Norfolk, we have waterways called the Broads. They're man-made because we used to cultivate them for reeds, for the roofs, for thatched roofs. But now they've become places for nature, and it's a waterways, and it's a big tourism attraction. And I wrote to them and I said, look, I'm a litter picker. I litter pick the streets, but I haven't got a boat. I know you've got your wardens that go out that patrol the waterways. And would it be a problem if once a week they maybe took a litter picker with them? And because I would just feel, it'd be so much better for the environment. And some of the litter is toxic to the environment and ends up in the river. And they told me that, I'm sorry, they've got no funding for this. So everybody's talking about funding. I do it for free because I don't like to see the litter. I don't want it to end up in the river and then hurt an animal, kill a swan, or pollute the environment. I'm fed up of hearing, oh, but there's no funding, or, oh, it's not our responsibility. I'm fed up of writing letters. So here I am, hands in the air. Will somebody, if you are listening, angels, if there is an angel, if there's plenty of earth angels out there, I know you're out there, please get in touch with me. Please share this video, and please can somebody help in my quest to eradicate litter, eradicate recycling, because we all reuse what we currently have. Everybody has got tubs. Everybody's got a cup and a mug. Take it with you. Take it with you and fill it up and get discounts and get money off and get money for recycling, machines, anything, fines. I need signages, all the signage that's been up about putting your mask on. Let the media change it around and actually say, let's clean up this planet and stop talking about the same thing over and over again and concentrate on how we can help. Because I don't enjoy going out for a walk because I feel like I'm working for the council with my Litter Picker Pro, and I just want to walk and go, thank the Lord that there is no litter on this walk. Thank the Lord that I don't feel sorry for the animals and the environment and the plants and everything, because this planet is like chakras. Everything works together. Nothing is separate. So if you throw litter, I find the places where litter is thrown the most, there are stinger nettles and ivy growing, so that the humans can't penetrate it. Where there's no litter, there's beautiful flowers. You may say that is not related, but it is related. It's nature fighting back against the humans' bad behaviour. And so don't put your litter in the bush. Put it in the bin. There are plenty of bins, and there are plenty of people wanting to have a walk without seeing your trash. And I love all of you. So please like and share this video. And I'm so sorry it's so long, but I have shut my mouth for long enough, and now I can't shut it any longer. And I love you all in love and light, and here's to the future with no litter. Lots of love.